Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to stand before monuments so extraordinary that the entire world has agreed they must be protected forever? We're back with part 4 of our incredible UNESCO World Heritage journey. If you missed parts 1, 2, and 3, make sure to check them out after this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss those amazing destinations either. Today we're exploring 15 more spectacular UNESCO sites where history, culture, and natural beauty create pure magic. Welcome back to Wild Discoveries with Sarmad, where every journey ignites your wanderlust. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You'll never miss our latest adventures. Let me know in the comments which site sparks your curiosity the most. Rising like ancient skyscrapers from the plains of central Greece. The monasteries of Meteora seem to defy both gravity and logic. Perched atop towering sandstone pillars reaching 400 meters high. Built in the 14th century, monks hauled every stone up these sheer cliff faces using nothing but ropes and faith, with access originally only possible through removable ladders or nets operated by the monks above. The name Meteora literally means suspended in air, and only 6 of the original 24 monasteries remain active today, each housing priceless Byzantine art and ancient manuscripts that chronicle centuries of spiritual devotion. What captivates you more, the engineering marvel of building on these impossible peaks, or the spiritual dedication that drove monks to seek solitude so high above the world? Deep within Guatemala's rainforest lies Tikal, where the ancient Maya built one of their greatest cities. Its massive pyramid still piercing through the jungle canopy after more than 1,000 years. Temple 4, standing at 65 meters tall, was the tallest structure in the Americas until modern skyscrapers arrived. And climbing to its summit at sunrise reveals mist lifting from endless green canopy, while toucans create a symphony of tropical sounds. The Maya abandoned Tikal around 900 AD. But archaeologists estimate they've only excavated about 5% of the site, meaning thousands more structures lie hidden beneath the forest floor, where howler monkeys provide the soundtrack and jaguars still roam ancient plazas. Would you be more excited to spot a jaguar prowling the ancient plazas, or to climb a pyramid that once touched the clouds of Mayan civilization? Salamanca glows like a golden jewel in the heart of Spain. its entire historic center built from local sandstone that captures and holds sunlight long after sunset. Home to one of Europe's oldest universities, where Christopher Columbus once argued his case for sailing west. The Plaza Mayor, often called Spain's most beautiful square, serves as the city's beating heart, with Baroque facades that change color throughout the day. While the university's historic halls have witnessed debates that shaped the modern world for over 800 years, the famous frog on a skull carved into the university's facade has become a local treasure hunt. Legend says, students who spot it without help will have good luck in their studies, and even today students keep ancient traditions alive. What would draw you more, searching for hidden symbols on centuries-old buildings? Or joining the evening paseo when the golden stone seems to glow from within? Older than Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids, Newgrange stands as humanity's oldest solar observatory. Built over 5,000 years ago by Neolithic farmers who created precision engineering that still functions perfectly today. Every year on the winter solstice, sunlight penetrates the entrance and travels down a narrow passage to illuminate the inner chamber, with golden light for exactly 17 minutes. A celestial event planned millennia ago without metal tools, wheels, or written language. The passage tomb contains some of Europe's finest megalithic art, with spirals and mysterious symbols carved into massive stones that represent a sophisticated artistic language historians are still trying to understand. Would you rather experience that mystical solstice moment when ancient sunlight fills the chamber? Or explore the intricate stone carvings that hold secrets we're still discovering? Rising from Java's misty plains like a mountain made of stories, Borobudur represents the largest Buddhist monument in the world, built in the 8th century without mortar. Using over 55,000 cubic meters of volcanic stone, fitted so perfectly it has survived earthquakes for over 1,200 years. This massive mandala in stone contains over 2,600 relief panels and 504 Buddha statues, each telling part of Buddhism's greatest stories while guiding pilgrims on a journey from earthly desires to enlightenment. As they walk the terraced pathways from bottom to top, hidden under volcanic ash and jungle growth for centuries until rediscovered in 1814. The restoration revealed incredible details, including lotus patterns that change as you ascend, and hidden Buddhas inside perforated stupas, whose serene faces have watched over Java for more than a millennium. What would captivate you more? Following the ancient pilgrimage path from earthly concerns to spiritual enlightenment, or discovering the hidden Buddhas in this three-dimensional representation of Buddhist philosophy? Where the Iguazú River meets its destiny, 275 individual waterfalls create one of the most powerful spectacles on Earth, stretching nearly 3 kilometers with thunderous roar heard from miles away, while mist creates dancing rainbows in tropical air. The crown jewel is Devil's Throat, where 14 streams plunge 82 meters into a churning cauldron that makes the ground vibrate beneath your feet, while clouds of spray rise like ghosts from the depths below. The indigenous Guarani people named these falls Iguazú, meaning big water, and the surrounding subtropical rainforest houses over 2,000 plant species, 400 bird species, toucans, parrots, the occasional jaguar, and bold coatis that have become the park's unofficial greeters for millions of annual visitors. Would you rather feel the ground shake beneath your feet at Devil's Throat, or discover exotic wildlife in the misty rainforest that surrounds these thundering waters? Step into old Havana, and you're walking through a living museum where time moves to salsa rhythm. And every colonial building tells stories of pirates, revolutionaries, and romantic dreamers. Founded in 1519, with 5 centuries of architectural evolution weathered to perfection by salty sea breezes. The cobblestone plazas pulse with life, while classic American cars from the 1950s navigate narrow streets like mobile artwork. Their chrome bumpers creating a surreal time warp that exists nowhere else on Earth. What makes Havana magical isn't just preserved architecture, it's the Cuban spirit that animates every corner. From street musicians playing son, cubano, to elderly men gathering for domino games. While the Malecon seawall becomes an outdoor living room each evening, where locals watch spectacular sunsets paint the colonial skyline in gold and amber. Would you rather cruise the historic streets in a vintage convertible with salsa music as your soundtrack? Or join locals on the Malecon for sunset conversations that might change your perspective on life? Covering an area larger than Switzerland, Kakadu contains the world's oldest continuous cultural landscape, where Aboriginal Australians have maintained spiritual connections to country for over 65,000 years, creating a living library of human history that exists nowhere else on Earth. The rock art galleries at Newgrange and Newgrange represent the world's longest continuous art tradition, with paintings spanning from 20,000-year-old hand stencils to detailed X-ray paintings of barramundi, some even depicting giant marsupials from the last ice age that roamed Australia when these ancestors first arrived. Kakadu's ecosystems change dramatically with seasons. Wet season waterfalls cascade from escarpment cliffs, while wetlands teem with millions of water birds and crocodiles, while dry season reveals hidden swimming holes and cultural sites unchanged for millennia. What would amaze you more? touching ancient rock art created by humanity's oldest continuous culture. Or spotting a saltwater crocodile basking in wetlands that have existed since the age of dinosaurs. In New Zealand's North Island, 3 active volcanoes create an otherworldly landscape that seems borrowed from fantasy films. Gifted to the nation by Maori chief Te Heuheu Tukino IV in 1887. As the world's 4th national park and first created through indigenous generosity. The famous Tongariro Alpine Crossing takes adventurers through landscapes that change from temperate forest to lunar-like volcanic terrain, passing emerald lakes colored by dissolved minerals that create natural jewels set in black volcanic rock. For the Maori people, these mountains are ancestors with their own spiritual power. And Mount Ngauruho played Mount Doom in Lord of the Rings. Though its real story is far more ancient and spiritually significant than any movie could capture. Would you rather hike across volcanic terrain where every step reveals new geological wonders, or learn about Maori traditions that see these mountains as living ancestors worthy of respect and protection? Rising from Australia's red centre like a sleeping giant, Uluru stands as the world's most recognizable monolith and spiritual heart of Australia, where Aboriginal Anangu people have maintained unbroken cultural traditions for over 30,000 years, making it one of Earth's oldest religious sites in continuous use. Uluru changes personality throughout the day, from purple shadows at dawn to burning orange at sunset, with each transformation holding deep spiritual significance. While its surface tells dreamtime stories through caves and rock formations representing ancestral beings who shaped landscape and law during creation. Nearby, Tjuta consists of 36 dome-shaped rocks creating hidden valleys equally sacred to traditional owners, whose living cultural knowledge includes detailed ecological understanding and sophisticated land management practices like controlled burning that prevents catastrophic wildfires throughout the region. Would you rather witness Uluru's famous color changes during a desert sunrise that seems to set the rock on fire? Or learn traditional ecological knowledge from the world's oldest continuous culture in their ancestral homeland? Across the endless plains of the Serengeti, 2 million wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles participate in the greatest wildlife spectacle on Earth. The Great Migration, following the same 1,800-kilometer circular route for over 1 million years, driven by rainfall patterns and creating dramatic river crossings, where crocodiles wait while thousands of hoofbeats thunder across the landscape. Lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas follow this moving feast, while over 500 bird species participate in Africa's greatest ecological drama, making the Serengeti the last intact ecosystem where the full range of African wildlife exists in natural balance. The Maasai people gave Serengeti its name, meaning endless plains, and lived in harmony with this wildlife for centuries. Where you might witness a leopard dragging its kill up an acacia tree, or observe elephant families teaching their young about seasonal water sources their ancestors used for generations. Would you rather witness thousands of wildebeest making their death-defying river crossing? Or track a pride of lions across grasslands that stretch to every horizon? The Palace of Versailles represents the absolute pinnacle of royal excess, where Louis XIV transformed a hunting lodge into Europe's most magnificent palace, creating a complete universe with 2,300 rooms and 1,944 windows to demonstrate that the Sun King's power rivaled the gods themselves. The Hall of Mirrors remains one of the world's most breathtaking rooms, where 357 mirrors reflect light from 17 windows overlooking gardens that stretch to the horizon. Every surface gleaming with gold leaf and crystal chandeliers, hosting the Treaty of Versailles. Signing in 1919 in the same room where European aristocracy once danced before revolution changed everything. The geometric gardens are masterpieces of landscape architecture, while Marie Antoinette's estate reveals the growing disconnect between royal fantasy and French reality that led to revolution. With over 10 million annual visitors walking through rooms where history's most dramatic events unfolded amid unimaginable luxury. What would fascinate you more, dancing in the Hall of Mirrors where European history was made? Or exploring Marie Antoinette's pastoral village, where a queen played peasant while her kingdom prepared for revolution? Curved around a horseshoe bend in the Vltava River, Český Krumlov appears as if a medieval fairy tale has been perfectly preserved in stone and time, remaining virtually unchanged since the 16th century, when Italian architects transformed a Gothic castle into a Renaissance masterpiece. The castle complex dominates the town from its rocky promontory, its painted tower visible from every corner of medieval streets below, while the Baroque theater from 1682 still uses original stage machinery and painted backdrops for performances that transport audiences back to Mozart's age. The narrow cobblestone streets wind past Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque buildings painted in colors that reflect in the river below. Where local artisans practice traditional crafts in workshops operating for centuries. And the Egon Schiele Art Centrum celebrates the Austrian painter who found inspiration in this timeless beauty. Would you rather attend a Baroque opera performance using 300-year-old stage machinery? Or get lost in medieval streets where every turn reveals another perfectly preserved piece of European history? In Andalusia's heart, Seville's cathedral rises as the world's largest Gothic cathedral. Built on a great mosque's foundations, with the ambitious declaration to build something so grand, those who see it finished will think we are mad. Creating architectural poetry where Christian Gothic soars, while Islamic influences create geometric patterns, speaking of multicultural past. The Giralda Tower, originally a 12th century minaret, provides stunning views over orange-scented courtyards while inside. Christopher Columbus lies entombed, and the Golden Retablo tells biblical stories in intricate detail, chronicling Spain's golden age when treasure fleets returned from the Americas. Adjacent Royal Alcazar represents 1,000 years of architectural evolution, where Moorish rulers, Christian kings, and modern Spanish royalty left their mark. With Mudéjar courtyards featuring reflecting pools and tile work so beautiful they served as Game of Thrones filming locations, while gardens blend Islamic geometric patterns with Renaissance sculpture and tropical plants thriving in Seville's perfect climate. What would captivate you more? Climbing the ancient minaret for panoramic views over this city, where three cultures created architectural masterpieces? Or getting lost in palace gardens where every pathway leads to another centuries-old secret? From Greece's impossible monasteries to Australia's sacred monoliths, we've journeyed through 15 UNESCO World Heritage sites representing the very best our world offers. These aren't just travel destinations, they're treasures belonging to all of us. Protected so future generations can experience the same wonder and connection to something larger than themselves. If today's journey inspired your wanderlust, hit that like button and subscribe to Wild Discoveries with Sarmad for more incredible adventures. Don't forget to check out parts 1, 2, and 3 of our UNESCO series and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries. Let me know in the comments which site captured your heart and earned a spot on your bucket list. Until our next adventure, keep exploring and remember our world is full of treasures waiting to be discovered.